So I'd like to propose that we provide the 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, the week of Thanksgiving break, off for our entire staff. We close buildings those days with the provision that all employees that would be paid for those days still receive pay. This would take our days available, or the days that we would have to make up. This would take us down to 7 before we have to make up days for snow. And the reason behind this is really to acknowledge the fact that our staff, our teachers in this shortage have doubled up, have taken on so much extra responsibility, have been working extremely hard without really many days off. I did compare our calendar to that of other divisions and discovered that, for instance, Stafford had 4 days in their calendar of vacation prior to Thanksgiving break, along with 2 teacher work days. Fredericksburg had 6, along with 3 early dismissals plus a teacher work day. King George, which is also putting in for these 2 additional days off, have already had 3 days off and 3 teacher work days. And compared to us, our teachers have had 1 day, along with 2 teacher work days and then a half day. I would like to propose this now, instead of in November, so give families plenty of time to organize and to make arrangements for those 2 particular days that they would have at home.
I have to say I appreciate the being proactive in October and asking for the 2 additional days. So that I have to say thank you for, because it hasn't been like that in the past. Second of all, I'm going to say that we received CARES funding, and the concern is the learning loss for our students. So I sit up here and know that I support the staff, and we have this whole board, actually. I'm not just going to say myself, but this entire board up here putting action in as far as looking at the staff and some bonuses and retention. Even in the budget, how we did the lump amount of teachers in a classification in order to bump them up in their payroll, and so I think that's a lot of positive support that our staff has from this board. The concern is we've gotten millions of dollars in COVID relief money, and to address the learning loss of our students. So here we are, we're supporting the teachers and the staff, but yet we're going to give 2 days off that is going to affect the learning loss of the students. So while I wholeheartedly support it, I just think that if we're going to do this year over year, then the calendar committee should be involved with this process to see what it looks like, right? Because even though we're using the 2 days right now, we're in October. We have some snow days. Coming up. I'm sure, maybe not, but you never know. I'm not a weather vane, so it's really difficult year over year that we're approving this, and it's not being implemented for strategies and long-term strategies for our school division. So, and to really, we watched a presentation of what the data looks like going forward, and you hear it out there, the loss, the learning loss, and how are we going to get the students, and I feel like that's our priority. I believe that's our priority. So I just hope that going forward, I can bring it to the calendar committee. I'll take it. I'll take that information if the majority of the board would like me to do that, to the calendar committee, and we can bring it on that way, and we can just kind of do it year over year. And that's all I have.
Ms. Phelps. And you're exactly right.
Mr. Gump.
Also, we are too concerned with learning loss. And we are trying to balance that along with knowing that, we just don't have staff that complains. They have been asked to take on additional stuff, and they have done it without, they've rolled up their sleeves, and like all teachers typically do, and administrators do, man, they just get to work regardless of the conditions and regardless of what they're asked to do. And we can't always just give them extra money, but I'm hoping we can provide for them the gift of time here, which is sometimes even more valuable because they get to spend that with their family and loved ones. So you are exactly right with the calendar committee going forward. It needs to be looked at as this has become a yearly thing, and I agree. But I thank you so much for the consideration.
Okay, thank you. We ready to vote? Looks like it. Can we have the screen, please? Do we want to support the added couple days off for Thanksgiving week for our staff? The answer is 7-0. Motion passes.